If you work with first-time homebuyers in Utah, you have definitely used Utah Housing or other traditional down payment assistance programs, and they have helped a ton of people buy homes that otherwise would not be able to, and they still have their place. But what I want to do today is walk through how those programs actually work, why they create a little bit of friction for your clients post-close, and why we've shifted a lot of our clients to start using a product called Dynamo, which is helping solve most of the same problems, just in a much better way. Now, the key thing to know is most traditional down payment assistance programs are not grants. This money is not being given to your buyers, but instead they are lending that money for the down payment. But they are adding a second lien to the property. Now, usually that second lien has to be paid back, either when they refinance the property or sell it. The trade-off is that most buyers close with more debt than the home is actually worth. They start with zero equity or even negative equity because they are carrying two loans day one. And usually that second loan doesn't just disappear. It sits there until it gets paid off. This becomes a real problem when rates drop and your client wants to refinance, because that second lien makes refinancing a lot slower, a lot more complicated, and in many cases, just not possible at all. And this is really frustrating for buyers because these down payment assistance programs come with higher than market rates. And if the buyer can't refinance, they are stuck with a higher payment. And on top of that, most of these programs have income limits. Buyers have to make just enough money to qualify for those higher payments, but just not enough to where they're disqualified from the program. That is a very hard needle to thread. And this is exactly what brings us to Dynamo, which is solving the same problem, down payment, but the structure is completely different. With Dynamo, the entire 3.5% FHA down payment is granted to the client. It's not a loan. There is no repayment, there is no second lien, and there is no additional debt added to the property. The buyer closes with a clean title and instant equity instead of this layered financing. Like all of these other down payment assistance programs, buyers will close with an elevated rate. That part is similar to most DPAs, but the difference is how long you have to keep that mortgage and what happens when you sell or refinance. With Dynamo, not only does the down payment never need to be paid back, but they only have to keep the loan for 7 months. And after that, the buyer can use an FHA Streamline to lower their rate to wherever rates are at that time. And that refi process is super simple. No appraisal, limited documentation, and no income verification. So instead of stacking debt up front and having zero equity, the buyer trades off a bit of a higher interest rate in exchange for a true 3.5% down payment grant, instant equity, no second lien, and a very straightforward path to a refinance. For example, if a buyer purchases a $500,000 house, they are granted 3.5%, which is $17,500 for their down payment. That's instant equity. They carry a higher rate for 7 months, and assuming rates stay where they're at or even dip a little bit, they can refinance and save hundreds of dollars every month. So this program is not meant to replace Utah Housing and other traditional down payment assistance programs in every scenario, but it works extremely well for buyers who qualify for FHA loans and don't want that layered financing or long-term restrictions. If cash is the main concern, but long-term flexibility matters, this is absolutely worth considering. So if you have any clients that want to walk through this and see if this is a good option for them, I'm happy to help you.